Anyone who's been into PC gaming for a while has undoubtedly become familiar with the phrase, "Oh, PC gaming's dead." What are you doing that for? But of course, we've seen in the past few years that that just is not slightly true, and we have a new report that very much hammers that point home, as was reported by Jon Peddie Research, and that report reveals that the hardware market for PC gaming has breached the impressive $30 billion mark. And it also shows, rather interestingly, that the majority of PC gamers are also purchasing high-end hardware for their gaming PCs. Now, as we've seen again over the last few years, the number of games available on PC, that being both indie and AAA, has been growing over the last few years, which of course has a direct impact on the market, helping it break through that lofty $30 billion in sales. Now, these sales are of course made up of pre-built and DIY gaming PCs, as well as hardware upgrades, as well as accessories such as headsets, keyboards, mice, etc. And according to their report, the market will continue to grow at a 6% CAGR up until 2019, with the new arrival of new AAA games and of course new hardware on the heels of that. Now, I spoke a minute ago about how there's more PC games, which of course, when there's more available, it's going to attract more gamers from different aspects of life, different tastes and so on. And the report goes into further detail that the strong PC ecosystem and support for the higher fidelity gaming on the platform have resulted in this huge increase of the number of PC gamers in the last few years. And we're looking at regions specifically, it's Asia Pacific has actually been in the lead with a larger population size and lower console traction. Asia Pacific region amounted to roughly 11.3 billion PC hardware sales in 2016. Now, other markets such as Europe and North America have had a lower growth rate compared to that. The growth rate for North America is at 5.78% and 6.63% for Western Europe. This is lower than Asia Pacific, as I just said, which has a growth rate of 9.61% for 2016. However, Western markets are majorly in the lead in the number of high-end hardware sales. And speaking of high-end sales, the PC gaming market saw 40% sales of high-end PC hardware compared to entry-level and mid-range products. So it's not just a small lead, it's quite a substantial lead. Entry-level and mid-range gamers are just as enthusiastic, of course. The growth does still show that people in the PC gaming market, or most people should I say, are aiming for that mid to high-end range for their hardware. I'd say entry-level, of course, is going to be pretty widespread, but midpoint is sort of the healthy medium between I'm going to be paying basically a kidney, or I'm going to pay a lot less but get something that's not as powerful and lasts me as long and so on. So the mid-range is that comfortable middle point between the two. But let's talk specifics, shall we, as high-end hardware sales stand at 43% with 13.045 billion in sales, whereas we have 35% for mid-range hardware with $10.617 billion in sales, and 22% for the entry-level gaming hardware. And this, of course, the entry-level gaming hardware amounts to 6.684 billion. So again, there's still a high proportion of entry-level sales, hardly surprising. That's going to be the go-to for a lot of people who are perhaps transitioning over from console, but it is interesting to see a higher percentage in the higher to mid-range. Now, I have a statement here from Ted Polak, the senior game industry analyst for Jon Peddie Research, who said, quote, "Global consumers continue to embrace the PC platform for video games due to multiple factors. The desktop ergonomic is popular because the display distance offered increased detail when using HD and UHD monitors. Additionally, there is superior control with mouse and keyboard control interfaces. This has been validated with esports overwhelmingly being played on PCs. Additionally, product designers have given PC gamers thousands of options for complete customization from a functionality and aesthetic perspective. Examples of this include dedicated driving and flight systems, multi-display setups, super powerful graphics boards, and a wide selection of gaming notebooks ranging from desktop substitutes to innovative thin and light offerings, liquid cooling, lighting, solid-state drives, genre-specific gaming mice, mechanical keyboards, notebook graphics amplifiers, and Xbox accessory compatibility offers gamers more choices than they have ever had." So, there you have it. PC gaming is doing quite well indeed. It'd be interesting to see a report for this year, of course, when it draws to a close, which obviously is ways away now, but it still will be an interesting report to get our teeth stuck into nonetheless. So, long live PC gaming. What else can I say? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.